Hello, welcome to Design Time. I'm Jackie Lacey. I thought we'd take a few moments and talk a little bit about one of the trends that we're seeing in the market for the increased request for tropical floral products. Now, tropical is a little bit different. And before I go there, I want to just mention that we are in Florida and we happen to have a horrible thunderstorm going on today. So if you hear thunder and rain in the background, it is truly just the heavens and nature agreeing with what I'm saying. So keep that in mind when you hear those big booms. As we continue to talk about the popularity of tropical floral product right now, one of the things that I want to mention is that a lot of people get a little uncomfortable when you start to discuss tropicals. Tropicals can mean different things to different people. For me, when I talk about tropical flowers, that includes orchids, heliconia, ginger, pincushion protea, things like that that truly are from tropical regions, beautiful areas like Hawaii, but there's a lot of other areas, Ecuador, where things are grown that tropical flowers might come from. So as we look at some of the options, I thought I would start with the basic. What I find quite often when someone starts to work tropicals into what they're already offering is something that goes a little bit more like this one does, where we've taken some tropical product, i.e. the Pittosporum and the orchids, and embedded it with more of that traditional style and traditional everyday floral product that we use. And that's fine, because a lot of people like that. But one of the things that I want to warn you against is using tropical floral product like this only. You want to make sure that you're appealing to today's generation, which isn't so concerned about getting that bigger, fuller look. They're really looking for today's style, which is a little bit cleaner, not quite as mass, not quite as full of foliage. So while this is not wrong, and I want to make sure that I don't get any words about this, I'm not saying that this is wrong. It's a great way to incorporate tropical floral product into what you're already doing. And for mass or production florist, this is a great way to do that. But in addition to, is really what I'm saying, in addition to this look, you can also offer some of those cleaner, more dynamic and high style designs, and keep in mind that there's a lot of different options. While this one is a little lower and fuller for a centerpiece, this is very tall and narrow, and all of the insertions that we've done reinforce that form and that line, making it really strong. As you can see, it looks really clean. Doesn't have near as much product, but has possibly the same impact just by the way that we are putting it together or styling it. If you want to also just continue to talk about some of the other traditional options, a little bit more contemporary container. We've cleaned the look up, so we're still using tropical products, but we're really more of that today's style by grouping and clustering our products. Remember, it makes the texture and it makes the color stronger when you do that. We've added in some of the curly willow, we've tailored the foliage, we have compact basing techniques that are really strong. So it's a great option when you're using those clean tropical floral products. But don't forget that even using some of the other containers that you might have in your locale or in your warehouse, incorporating that product in a little different style and utilizing the shape of the floral product to really strengthen or pull the eye back into the design. Now, I've purposely in this one taken the ginger, which generally faces one area, like Birds of Paradise, like the heliconia, like the Pittosporum does, and I am utilizing it to create tension within the design. By having these two face each other, it's like the fighting fish. They create tension, and therefore it continues to keep our eye in the center. But then I've turned these opposite on the ends, which pull our eye away. So it becomes a little confusing. If you're going to do something like this, then you might want to bend them all back into the same way so that it reinforces that tension, or purposely just place them all in an opposite direction, which is going to then pull the eye out of the design. If you're going to do something like that, I might suggest that you take some additional accessory products and start to work in very easily, because you can see now by taking that color that we're adding in there, how it begins to pull the eye back in. And that's really important. When we start to push the eye away from the center of your focal area, you want to pull it back in some way. Make the viewer want to rest in a particular area that is created with the accessories or the pieces that you might add in there quickly and easily to just draw the eye back in. Also, when it comes to tropicals, don't forget that you can keep it simple. Doesn't have to be out of the box. These are great alternative party pieces that are just a few orchids and cylinders. This one has some rocks and some designs down in there. You can add in to those other designs something that creates a little bit more modern look. Get out of the box, and in fact, what I tell all of my students here at Floriology Institute is don't just get out of the box, burn the box. Throw it away, because you want to make sure that you're a leader in trends and that you're not simply following. Be true to your style, but don't be afraid to experiment. Put something in the cooler. Send something out when you have a designer's choice. See what the responses are. And better yet, drop it onto your Facebook page or your other social media and just ask your consumer, what do you like? Therefore, you're making decisions based on education and not just guessing. But don't be afraid to try. Tune in again next time for Design Time. And always be sure that you're checking on our Facebook page as well as on our website, www.floriologyinstitute.com. See you again next time. If you enjoyed that video and you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button.